talking about a little WNBA, man. The W25. This is the 25th anniversary of the WNBA, and what they did was they released a list of the 25 best players in the WNBA history, or best and most influential. That's what they were saying. And I'm not going to go over the whole list, but I mean, Simone Augusta was on it, Sue Bird was on it, Swin Cash, Tamika Catchings was on it, Tina Charles, Elena Deladon, Angel McCaultrey, shouts out Baltimore native. Maya Moore was on it, Nneka Bumake, Candace Parker, Kapi Pondexter, Breonna Stewart, Cheryl Swoops, Tina Thompson, Lisa Leslie. There was really good. These are the greatest WNBA players, or most influential WNBA players ever. And I'm not really mad at the list. There are some people that, if we're talking about most influential, and I understand that this is for the WNBA, I understand that. So I understand why Cheryl Miller was not on the list. If we're talking about just pure greatest women basketball players of all time, Cheryl Miller definitely needs to be on this list. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Cheryl Miller was a problem. But I understand this is the WNBA list, and she never played in the WNBA. So I understand why she's not on this list. I would think, because the logo pretty much is a silhouette of Rebecca Lobo. I understand she wasn't the greatest WNBA player, but I was surprised that she was on this list. I was surprised Brittany Griner was on this list, honestly. Seeing as I guess how little she's played, and I would think now she's probably more accomplished than Rebecca Lobo. But again, when you're the logo, I would expect you to be on the list. But yeah, man, I'm not really mad at the list, man. Lauren Jackson, Becky Hammond, I'm not really mad at it. This Yolanda Griffin, like this is a good list. Sylvia Fowles, Cynthia Cooper, Tina Charles, shouts out to her. Not North Carolina. Washington Mystics. I'm not really mad at the list. It's a good list. I'm more surprised. I'm more interested right now of which players are playing now that could be in the next wave or could crack this list. Again, Diana Taurasi, she's still playing. Breonna Stewart, she's young and still playing. So, she's going to be here. Her name's going to be a fixture. Candace Parker still playing. Nneka Bumake still playing. Angel McCaultrey still playing. Brittany Griner still playing. Sylvia Fowles, Elena Deladon, Tina Charles, Sue Bird. I'm just interested to see, maybe looking down the line, what about Jewel Lloyd? Because she's a bucket. How is she going to be able to grace this list? Or maybe Skylar Diggins. Like, is she going to be able to grace this list? I'm excited to see, outside the players that are still playing now, that's already on the list. Who's going to be the next batch? Who's going to be what players are going to be able to? What about Sabrina Nadescu? Benasia Laney? Like, I'm just excited to see. The WNBA is better than it's ever been. I think it has more viewers than it's ever been. I think it's more mainstream than it's ever been. There's a lot more platforms that cover it now. The WNBA is probably at the best time of their life at this point. Or let me not say, it's probably the highest in at its prime right now. And the fact that it took 25 years, and I'm not saying that there's no room to grow. I think there's always room to grow, and it will grow. And yeah, man, I'm not really mad at the list. Again, there are some players that maybe could or could not have been on the list. And of course, I think the biggest omission, now I understand again, because she didn't play in the WNBA, why Cheryl Miller. But if we're talking about just greatest women's basketball players of all time, Cheryl Miller definitely should be on the list. But I understand that she's not. It's the WNBA, top 25. So